Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey, thanks for joining us on today's video. Nothing better than doing a walk around on a truck that you can't slide into very easily. Look at this thing, man. This is really cool. There's a lot of money spent on this vehicle, and let me tell you, it was built for a specific reason. The company was a vehicle wrap company, pretty large, and they needed something to show off their wares. So for instance, they did this awesome wrap on this vehicle, and you can see like the mechanical gears. The truck is just mechanical to begin with, and going down the road is like a freak show, man. But here's the cool and best part about it. In most states, right, in most states, this qualifies as historic. By putting historic tags on it, you can drive it whenever you want, right? Do whatever you want. Take it to a show, do performance testing, whatever, and you don't have to go through all the minutia and mishmash of getting it inspected, all right? So that's one great piece. So as I walk around, there's a lot of it that I do know about, but there's a lot of it that's hidden and built in that makes it even nicer. So once you get it, you'll find out some other great things about it, and that'll be even a bonus, all right? So as we go through, you know, this truck starts out as a Silverado. It's a great truck to begin with. They sold 500,000 of these a year. It's the right drivetrain in it. You know, it has a great V8. It has a great overdrive automatic. It has all the right thing to make enough power. This has a couple small upgrades for the engine itself, so for a little bit more power. And then we get into the suspension. But before I even get into the suspension, what you may pay for a used truck is spent on just powder coating this truck, all right? There's $5,000 just in powder coating certain components in here, and it's really holding up well and looks great. So this is some of the details. These are real 20-inch Rockstar rims, which just add another piece of badness to it. And then these Michelins, all right? These are Michelins, 395 85 20s. 390. Did you hear that number? Right? Look at those. 85 series. That means they're 85% of the wheel. It's crazy. Just anyway, you got steps. These flip up out of the way, all right? So nobody knows that they're there. You can see how tied together the suspension is. This is not meant just for to be jacked up 27 inches and nothing done to it. You can see all of the fabrication that's done to hold everything in place, all right? Shocks, race runner, gas charged as well with separate cartridges, all right? Dana rears, four-wheel disc brakes, all the stuff that you wouldn't have got originally with the truck, this has upgraded to it. So I don't know what to tell you other than when you drive this thing, man, here's all I can do is explain it this way. I don't know why I bought it. I had to have it. The same thing's going to happen to you, and once you get it, you're going to feel the same way I did. It is so freaking cool to drive around. Everybody loves this thing, man. More importantly, you can throw a bunch of people in the back. You can have a tailgate party, get a little ladder for the bed. You can show up to some event. Let me tell you what, you show up in this event there's not going to be another one anything like it. You'll be the center of it. More importantly, if you go to a field party, not that I've ever been to a field party, well, maybe I've been to a couple of field, but maybe I've been to 200 or 300. But anyway, let's just say I had been to one or two, and I'm not an expert. What a great place to sit in back and partay, all right? All right, so let's look at some of the other added pieces. Look at this, man. Look how tied together the steering system is. Look how tied together stabilizer bar. I mean, it really is, everything is super, super heavy duty. This is really huge tubing all around. Racetech shocks as well with gas charged canisters too. Big disc brakes, so it'll stop as well. This is really cool. And big bump stops in here, fairly detailed underneath, so it looks good too. It's a nice, cool piece. All right, so you can clearly see how tied up the rear end is in here. Look at the heim joints, the frame, all those pieces in there that are done just to make everything kind of stay in place. Check out the diff cover, man. That is bad A. Wow. And if you don't like it, that's an easy change. We can put a stock one on there. But I just thought it was really cool, so I left it. The size of these heim joints, everything is heavy duty. New gas tank, lines, stuff like that. Four-wheel disc brakes, which we talked about earlier. This is a mean mother. You can almost walk underneath of it, man. How cool is this, huh? All right, so when you come in here, man, you get up high, and the view is pretty awesome. But it does have really nice, still modern stuff. Climate control, air conditioning, where you can set the temperatures. Full array of gauges, volts, water, oil, all that good stuff. Nice killer sound system with subwoofers buried in the back there. It's got the center console that you can flip up and add another person in if you want to. It's got an upgraded shifter in it, so it's floor mounted now, so it looks a little bit better. It's really a very modern interior, but we did order a billet mirror for it. It didn't arrive yet, so I just want to let you know that that would be coming with it. And that's it. But I also want to say, got tilt wheel, like all that cool stuff that's still there. And it's got a nice little rumble to it too. Fires right up. Modern fuel injection, air conditioning, power disc brakes, power steering, just nice. 6-passenger seating is cool, man. Can you imagine taking 2 other couples out with you, or the kids? How much fun would the kids have you dropping them off in school in this thing? That would be off the hook. They would remember that forever. All right, so we closed up the video. Here, as you see, boom, I want to get in. And then that has a shock that holds that back up. And I'm reading off all the stuff that's on here, man. There's so many things on this thing. It's hard to remember everything, but it still retains some of its drivability stuff, like air conditioning, power steering, 4-wheel disc brakes. So there's still some luxury in here as well. Not to mention, probably the most ridiculous truck you'll ever see, especially out on the road, right? And I run down here. This also has Auburn lockers in it, so the posi units are good in there. We did talk about the climate control. That's power windows, power locks, tilt wheel, like all those things. So anyway, for the price that you can buy this for, this guy spent 3 times that building it, and that's the way you should buy something. When somebody else has done it, they spent the money, they got a little bit of use at it, and now you can benefit from it. It doesn't take 2 years to get it done, and you can be driving it this weekend for 1/4 or 1/3 the price of building your own. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about this monster truck. You're probably also wondering, how do you get in it? There you go. Boom. I'm in. I'm out now too. See ya.